Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. So next to me, I have a giant stack of DVDs, as you may have seen, and as part of my series of collections of things that I'm doing, I thought I would share my DVD collection with you guys. I've seen that a lot of people have made videos about that, and I have yet to do it, so I'm not really sure. I have a ton of DVDs, so I guess we'll just work our way through one by one. But basically, my favorite type of movies are old movies, like black and white. And it started probably because when I dated this guy when I was younger, he was all about like old movies and nostalgia and all that stuff, so I got into them that way. But unfortunately, as movies do cost a lot of money, I have mainly gained my movies either by buying them from like the really cheap bins at certain stores or from being given them or whatever. So I don't have all of my favorites here that I would like to maybe have one day, but this is just basically a collection of things I've gathered from, like when I started living in the dorms and then when I had an apartment and my second apartment and all that stuff. So I'll just start in no particular order. So the first thing I have is Scent of a Woman with Al Pacino, and I just absolutely love Al Pacino. I think he is a sexy old man, and this is a really good movie. If you guys have questions about any of the things I show you, just feel free to ask me, because I'm not going to have time to talk about each and every one of these, or we would be here all day. So maybe like 6 or 7 times in my life. Also have Storm of the Century. It's based off of Stephen King. And I believe that I have this because I watched it with my mom. It was like on a series on TV or something, and then I saw this and it was somewhere for cheap, so I bought it. I love Stephen King, although sometimes he can be a little cheesy. Donnie Darko, of course. Okay, I have Moonlighting with Sybil Shepherd and Bruce Willis, and I have to admit I've only ever watched one of these, and I don't know if I would watch any more. Then I have this. I have Semi-Pro with Will Ferrell. I got it from like a bargain bin at my school. My college, when I still lived in the dorms. They had like a whole stack of different movies for really cheap. And I didn't really have any movies at the time. Then I have Finding Neverland. This is a really good movie. I still to this day have an obsession with Peter Pan. I don't collect Peter Pan things, but when I was younger, I did. I had all kinds of Peter Pan books and little Peter Pan, like a lamp with Peter Pan and little trinkets that had to do with Peter Pan. So I love this movie. Then, before this, when I was younger, this one came out, and I believe this was the first time a boy had actually played Peter Pan on film. But I was obsessed with this guy, Jeremy Sumter, forever before this movie came out, when I found out they were making it, because I was already so obsessed with Peter Pan. But this is a really sweet, cute little movie, and Jason Isaacs is in it from, he's in Harry Potter, and he's been in a lot of other movies. But he plays the dad and Captain Hook. And then Rachel Hurd-Wood, I believe is her name. She's in this. And then, of course, Jeremy Sumter, who's in another one of my favorite movies called Frailty with Bill Paxton. And if you've never seen that, it's really cool. It's kind of like a psychological thriller. Matthew McConaughey's in it. Then I have the bucket list. Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman. And unfortunately, as much as I love Morgan Freeman, I mean, I love, love, love Morgan Freeman, I wasn't crazy about this movie. It was a sweet movie, I guess, but it wasn't great. But again, I got this at my school for super cheap, so that's why I have that. Also, at my school, I got Hitman, which I have only watched once. I don't know why I've only watched it once. I don't remember if I like it or not, but I guess I'll need to revisit that. A lot of my movies I really like are ones that I share with my family, so they have them at their house. Of course, The Shining, a great, great, great movie. That was probably a gift. Then I have Everything is Illuminated with Elijah Wood. And he's like a writer and he's exploring his background. It's really good. Very quirky, but a good movie. I also have Mork and Mindy. I like the show, but it's not exactly everyone's cup of tea. So I got that as a gift. Then I have one of my most favorite movies is Ratatouille. You'll think that's probably really childish of me, but in addition to old movies, I also love movies from my childhood, like Cinderella, Snow White, and also all these Pixar and Disney animated things I think are just amazing. Like the quality of the picture is so good, and especially to me because I love cooking, this movie is awesome. And the picture is amazing, so that's mainly why I like it. Then I have another classic, The Goonies. If you have not seen this, you need to, because I don't know how you can call yourself American and have never seen The Goonies. My boyfriend actually, we had this conversation the other day. I did not know that apparently he's never seen the whole thing. So I might have to set this one aside and force him to watch it. This one is really cool. I might have shown this in another video of mine. This one is The Wall live. It's the Pink Floyd. And let me just try to do this with one hand. Okay. So comes with all these neat little pictures, and it's got the discs in here and in the back, and it just has song stuff and information about the album, pictures. It's pretty cool. I think my dad gave that to me. Then I have The Ninth Gate with Johnny Depp. This was another bargain one I got. Again, not an awesome movie, but it's okay. And I love Johnny Depp. Also in the bargain bin, The Good German. I got it because I love Cate Blanchett. She's one of my favorite actresses. her and Meryl Streep and a couple others. And I actually haven't finished this one yet, but it's pretty good so far. Another favorite I used to have was Rockadoodle. And this was like me and one of my ex-boyfriends had sort of an inside joke about it. And he gave me this, or actually we both gave each other this for like an anniversary gift one time. But I love this movie. I've always loved that movie. This is one of my favorites. It's the Michael Jackson's This Is It. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this probably. And if you haven't and you like Michael Jackson, you should really check it out. Because unfortunately, he passed away, and this movie just sort of chronicles what they were working on leading up to his big farewell shows that he was going to be doing. And it was amazing, like what was going on, and just the skill that he has to see it in action, and he's just so good. As far as him like directing his show and like what he wanted to happen, and it's a great, great, great movie. And also, if you have people over sometime, you can just play this in the background. Then I have the Cinderella 2-disc special edition. Cinderella is another one of my favorite movies. I have not ever watched the second disc. I've only watched the first one, so I imagine it's like special features and stuff and games. I have The Night Shift. My boyfriend's mom likes this movie a lot. I also I can't remember, it's Tarantino. I don't remember if it's called Four Rooms. I think it's called Four Rooms, but I learned about that movie about the same time. This one is Dracula, the one with Keanu Reeves. I actually really, really dislike Keanu Reeves, but I do like Winona Ryder and Anthony Hopkins. So, I like this. And also Gary Oldman, as you know, he's awesome. Then I have Snow White and the Three Stooges. I think I also got this from the bargain bin. Growing up, my dad always had me watching the Three Stooges and the Little Rascals and stuff like that. And I also love the I Love Lucy show, but I don't have any of her DVDs. On that note, I have the Carol Burnett show. I love, 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 love Carol Burnett. And I used to watch the show Mama's Family. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but Carol Burnett was on it, and it was one of her characters was Eunice. So here's Mama for Mama's Family. And then she played one of her daughters on the show who was kind of like this crazy mess who was married to a drunk. And yeah, there she is right there. That's her daughter. So I had the idea, I think it was last year for Christmas or something, I wanted this set so that I could watch her shows. But what I got was this, and apparently, I don't know if it's true, but it seemed like you cannot find her shows anywhere to watch unless you buy like a $40-some set. So unfortunately, my mom got me the wrong thing, but I did watch the little bloopers and specials that they had on there. I also have this in CSI box set, which I have never watched, nor will I ever watch. I might re-gift it or just give it to someone. My mom gave it to me, and I don't know why, because I don't really like CSI. For a long time, I had, this is going to sound weird, like a obsession with murder shows. Not that I'm gruesome or enjoy people being killed, but I did really like the real criminal shows, like the First 48, or there's some other ones on ID that I used to love to watch, but I just, and, what's that one? well, there's the one with like when the women get mad and stuff like that. But real life crime fascinates me because I'm just kind of, there's an inside joke with my friends that I'm the super sleuth, that I can find out all the information and I can track down lost things and things like that. So I just love the psychology behind what makes a person kill or why they've done it, and also how they track them down and all the, technical things you do to convict someone. So I can understand, I guess, why she gave me that, but I don't watch that show really. I don't really like it. So I have the Scooby-Doo in the Arabian Nights, which is a really trippy, funny movie. I got this also in the bargain thing at my school. Have Ghostbusters, of course. That's a good movie. I'm sure most of you have seen it. And I think someone gave that to me. I have the Johnny Carson box set, which doesn't unfortunately have the full episodes, but it's got, see, it says 7 hours of the best moments, but it's not like full episodes, it's just little clips. This is one of my most favorite movies of all time, and I have two of them. It's Citizen Kane with Orson Welles, and I'm not sure how I came to have two of them. I think maybe I lost one, and then I got one as a gift. I'm not really sure, but I have two, and I'm glad that I do. That is an excellent, excellent movie if you want to ever watch it. Has it's just so good, but it's kind of long. And if older movies aren't your taste, then you might not like it. Sorry guys, my camera got cut off. Then I was going to say, I also have The Lost Boys, which I really love. And even though it came out in 1987, like 2 years before I was born, I had a big crush on Corey Haim, who is the one right there. Him, that's Corey Haim. But unfortunately he has passed away. But anyways, this is a really good movie, and I think my friend and I used to be obsessed with this, and we watched it all the time when we'd have sleepovers. Okay, I've got I'm Not There. It's the movie about Bob Dylan, and it includes Christian Bale, Kate Blanchett, Marcus Carl Franklin, Richard Gere, Heath Ledger, Ben Whishaw, and they all play Bob Dylan. But like I mentioned before, I love, love, love Kate Blanchett, and I thought she did amazing in this movie. But yes, it is sort of strange how they all play him at like different points in his life. But really, I think it's more to show like the parallel of, well, not really parallel. They're showing at different points of his life and different aspects of the movie, and whether they're true or not, I don't really know. But it's very interesting how it's done. Next, I have another vampire movie. This one's called From Hell, with Johnny Depp. I probably just have it because I love Johnny Depp. This one, it says, is from Walmart, but I don't think I bought that myself. Yeah, this was an okay movie. Can't remember. I think it was something to do with Jack the Ripper. Yeah, it does. Next, I have The History of Coca-Cola, which is a weird thing that I have it, but I think my dad got it in something and gave it to me. I also have Hook. As I mentioned, I love Peter Pan, so this was like the first Peter Pan movie besides the cartoon that I had and enjoyed, and I also did a project on it about the hero's journey when I was in high school, and it was really elaborate and had props and all these things. So this is also one of my favorite movies ever to watch. Love Dustin Hoffman, love Robin Williams. Julia Roberts, not so much, although I do like Pretty Woman, and I have that, but just not here. Oh gosh, another favorite, The Graduate. Another movie with Dustin Hoffman. He's very young here, and then this is supposed to be Anne Bancroft, although I did read that this is not actually her leg, this is someone else's leg. But yeah, if you haven't seen this movie, this is a classic. You definitely need to see it. But basically, Dustin Hoffman graduates college and doesn't know what he's going to do with himself yet. And in the meantime, one of his dad's, or one of his family's friends' wife, he starts having an affair with her, but he also falls in love with her daughter. So it's funny movie, and Dustin Hoffman used to be kind of a little bit sexy. Another really great movie, No Country for Old Men. I really, really like Javier Bardem, and also Josh Brolin, who is in The Goonies over there. Little fact for you. That's weird. I just noticed they have their names swapped. This should say Josh Brolin here, and this should say Tommy Lee Jones. Anyway, yeah, this is a great, 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 great movie. Then I have The Witches of Eastwick. It's got Cher in it, who I love, Susan Sarandon, and Michelle Pfeiffer. And, of course, Jack Nicholson down there. But he has, like, this wicked power over all these women. It's pretty funny. Dinner with Friends. I know that I've watched this at some point. I do like Andie MacDowell. I really like Toni Collette. But this more than likely was probably my mother's movie. I'm not sure why I have this. Next, I have The Butterfly Effect. I've had this for a long time. I will probably never watch it again, because I watched it quite a lot when it was new. And then my mom has one also. But that is all I have for my collection. Like I said, most of the stuff I really enjoy, I either can find it on Netflix or on my computer, and I don't own it, but I love lots of things with Audrey Hepburn and Marilyn Monroe. I love Jack Lemmon and Tony Curtis as well, and yeah, but I don't really own any of those things, maybe one day. And in the meantime, my mom and dad keep a lot of the movies I like at their house, and we all share them together when I'm there. So, I do have another movie here, but I can't show it to you because it's one that my friends made, and it's kind of in the place where we live. So, anyways, I'll let that be it for you guys, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.